Good people, better people. Get some food, man.
That audio didn't work quite as well as I'd hoped. Hey, y'all, this is the Cougar After Thoughts Show. Cats from GoCoogs.com. I'm a little under the weather, have been all week. Voice sounds a little weird. So we're going to...
Well, I mean, we had a long, hard 2 days of winter.
Yes, I suffered. Brad, thoughts? The presser just me, so you might hear...
Oh, the presser just started?
Yeah, they didn't put it on in the opener, but they had it on tonight. It's Emmanuel Sharp and Ramon next to
Nice.
Calvin. So give me your thoughts on what you saw tonight.
Fantastic win. I saw some things that we'll get into that are probably a little bit different than what people might be expecting. I mean, you know, there's some of the obvious things. Kingston, Emmanuel, Big Snacks. It's exactly what you'd hope to see. I thought we might have a little bit more trouble with the zone, just because this team, you know, they haven't faced anything like that. But boy, these guys look really, really good moving the ball. That was impressive. And defense was on point.
Yeah. I mean, you held a team to 45 points. Apparently, they can't do that in the Big 10, but they can do that in the Big 12.
That's one thing that stood out to me watching all the other teams play here early in the season. There's not a lick of defense being played out there.
Maybe not. There sure was today. U of H had 6 turnovers, 6 blocks, 9 steals. Oakland had 13 turnovers, which they must have had 7 or 8 in the second half because early they didn't have very many. U of H only had 2 in the second half.
And 46 rebounds. It's nuts.
So tell me what you thought about Kingston Flemings tonight.
Kingston Flemings, dude, I gotta really keep it in. I gotta keep from getting way too far over my skis on Kingston because he's everything that he had been advertised as, but even better. You know, watched him as a high school player, and you could tell obviously he was the best player on the court. He's hands down the best player by a country mile on this team right now. But he's not going to go 8 for 12 from the field every night. He's going to have struggles. He's going to be playing better guys. And more importantly, film is out now. You know, the people are going to pay attention. But my God, he brings something to the point guard spot that we hadn't had in a long time. And at least twice tonight, I'm positive that I know that I saw this. At least twice tonight, he stole points. He stole 2 on the fast break when he pushed it by himself. He got the rebound and snuck up and got the little left-hander. And then he did it a few minutes after that. It was able to kick it out for a 3-pointer, beat the defense back, or didn't really beat the defense back. He just pushed it. He does the little things that I love as a point guard, and especially tonight against the zone. He was probing the open spots of the zone every time he got the ball. He made sure that the ball didn't just sit there and fart around the perimeter all night like we usually get into. some of the things that I've ranted about for years is that the ball usually gets stuck. Well, it's not going to get stuck with him because he's going to push. He's going to try to draw the defense, and he's going to dish, or he's going to be able to take it straight to the rack.
Okay. I would just say that it's game 3. You've played all 3 games at home. You've played lesser opponents, which is for a reason. And now big boy basketball starts. You go to Birmingham to face Auburn, come home for Ryder, and then you go to Vegas for at least 2 games. That'll be difficult, and probably 3. And, you just gotta see him do it consistently and against better teams. And if he can do that, awesome. But there's been too many times that I've been fooled early in a season by a young guy doing something, and you're like, oh, my God. But I think Kingston is a legit talent. Legit.
Yes.
But it's early, and I will temper enthusiasm based on that.
Yeah, I'm just take it for exactly what you see. If nothing else, you see an incredible physical talent. I mean, that dude gets off the floor so quick. It's crazy. He's got a nice smooth jumper, and he's just got a nose for getting to the paint, which with the way that we normally play, he's gonna be so valuable. And I can't tell you how excited it makes me that we've got a point guard who will push the pace. He will go steal points. Because those 2 to 4 points are going to come in big when conference starts.
I mean, you might as well. Starnes makes a very good point. What I'm hearing from Ryan is that he thinks Kingston is Jerry West. Clearly. He's Jerry West and Magic and Bird. And, I mean, you just got to put him in a Hall of Fame.
Iverson.
Yeah, but I think this guy practices. I think
well, he might not after this because he obviously doesn't need it.
Why would he practice?
No,
Coach, I'm good. I'll see you in Birmingham.
Coach, did you see me out there? I can't miss. I'm better than this everybody.
Yeah. Galen didn't want to sit next to you. Well, no shit. He was in the second row, and I'm way at the top of the arena. I wouldn't want to sit next to me either. And shout out to Galen for everybody in the entire section sitting, and Galen standing, just pissing everybody off. But God bless that guy. I love him.
Hey, if you want to sit, you got to sit in a different spot.
Yeah, there you go. Kelvin's going off. I don't know what it's about, but I can hear it. We had royalty. Galen and Jamie together on the floor. It was kind of cool watching them interact. Galen didn't like my first photo. He was like, no, you're too close. I'm like, no, I'm not. I know what I'm doing.
Ooh, brother, ooh.
What are you doing? So shout out to Galen doing pictures. And while we're just doing photos, these are the worst uniforms that have ever been at Fertitta Center, period. I have never seen worse uniforms.
Yeah, those are not good.
The font on the numbers, that 0 is fine, but on the 1 and the 2, it was terrible.
I mean,
I've
honestly,
never seen anything that bad.
It looks like some Oregon shit.
Yeah, if Oregon didn't have any money.
Well, the thing is that Oregon probably spends a lot of money to try to make it look like their uniforms aren't
like they're broke.
Kind of like a hipster, they'll get a $500 haircut to make it look like they're a hobo.
There you go. Oakland has to go make some money. And they played Purdue and Michigan to start and came down here for this. They get Defiance on Saturday. Brad, where's Defiance?
Defiance is a really cool town. I think it's somewhere in the San Francisco Bay Area, at least from what I remember from the show on Sci-Fi.
What show on Sci-Fi?
A show called Defiance.
Okay. It's in Ohio. So close.
Okay.
Yeah. Their next game after that is at UCF. So they turn around from hosting Defiance, which is just a great name. And then they go to UCF, and they go to Eastern Michigan. And then they go to Missoula, Montana to play Lamar. Alvin Brooks in Missoula. Watch out. They only play 3 games at home until January 4th, which, oof, that's rough.
Yeah, they are definitely getting their money's worth in preseason.
Yeah, they're getting the road trips.
Whenever they get into conference play, things will probably feel a lot slower.
For sure. Star Pizza. Have you had your Star Pizza today? You can still get it. Go check them out. Tomorrow, Thursday, you've got wine specials. You've got pasta specials. Friday is the all-you-can-eat buffet, 11 to 2. And I'm going to go check Star Pizza out this week before I go to Birmingham and not have Star Pizza when I'm in Birmingham.
I forgot you're going out there.
Yeah. Certainly not having Dreamland. That's for damn sure.
Why would you?
Not a fan. Yeah, not a fan. When we were in Orlando, I don't think I mentioned this on the shows, but right across from my hotel was the Skyline Chili.
Oh,
the Cincinnati barbecue, chili, whatever thing. Chili, not barbecue. They had one right in Orlando, right across from my hotel. I did not check it out. No interest. But I thought that was kind of wild.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, why does that place exist?
Because Northerners exist, and you have to feed them. Back to you, Brad. How about you tell us about Section 12X?
Section 12X. Boom. Get your black hat. Get your white hat. Sorry, my white hat just fell over. Everybody sign up on the website. Sign up for the newsletter. Get ready to check your inbox. Get you some super hot deals coming up for Christmas, for Black Friday. Yeah, you need to go get that right now. They've been good to us. They're good to you. Everybody loves them. Get ready and stock up for the holidays. Get your friends one. If you're creating babies, have one ready for it to pop out in September, but get it now because they want to commemorate the 25 edition of these clothes. So hook it up, guys.
Yeah. We have a new segment sponsored by the good people at the Ritz. Brad Out of Bounds, sponsored by the Ritz. Boob, sponsored by the Ritz. Brad, go ahead.
Jojo, here, come here. Thank you. Jojo, please, for the love of God, please, quit getting in foul trouble. If you are, only get fouls in the paint around the rim. And whenever you do that, it's okay to bury people underneath the floorboard, but don't get it out on the perimeter. My God. Everybody loves to watch this guy play. Offense, defense especially. I mean, he is an absolute menace. Pure energy. Unbelievable shot blocking skills. The team is so dramatically better when you're on the floor. But if we can't get more than 15 to 20 minutes a night, God, it's killing us. Everybody wants to watch you play. Let's see. I want to see what you look like on the floor 30 minutes. Okay, this is think this is game number 71. This guy could be unfreaking believable if he could string games together where he's got 30 to 35 minutes. You're going to see something special, but we gotta stop. We can't get dumb fouls. We can't get your money's worth on the business end, not out where nobody needs it.
That is wise words from Brad Towns. Thank you, Brad. Brad Out of Bounds, sponsored by the Ritz. So Oakland has a traveling contingent of about 50 people that are waiting for Greg Campy and their players to come out of the locker room. It's surprising. You really don't see a lot of schools, other than the Texas schools, have this kind of group, but they've got a big one. It's kind of cool. Good to see.
Well, I mean, everybody's gonna, everybody wants to see an Oakland that's not in Oakland, California.
Yes, I had to explain that to one of the Coug TV guys today, that it's Oakland, but it's not that Oakland. It's the other one. So, shout out to Mr. Rodriguez of Coug TV. Let's talk about Abdullah Ahmed. That's the G League guy who was choosing between, I believe, Houston and Louisville. And all of a sudden it became Houston and BYU. And as of Monday night, late, he was still a U of H commit. Tuesday morning, the U of H staff was informed that he was now a BYU commit. I talked to several people about this, wanted to kind of get the feel of what's happening. Okay, Galen's over here now with the Oakland people. I'm going to go fight him.
Well, that's all of his people, too. That's the school he came from. That's where their Houston kid went to, what was it, Westbury Christian or whatever?
Houston Christian, yes.
Houston Christian.
I mean, they got to be cousins, right? They look exactly alike. Brody Robinson, Galen Robinson, same guy. Brody's number is maybe not quite the same. What did he do? 0-6 from the floor. 3 turnovers. Yeah, that's minus 25. That's maybe not what you'd hope for. Just guessing.
Those are guys like him are point guards that I hate on opponents, but I would love if they were on my team.
Why?
They're just always going. It's like he's like a smaller, less talented Braden Smith at Purdue. Just really scrappy guys who are always moving.
Okay.
They make you chase them all over the place.
I like Braden Smith. I don't love him. I don't like it. But I can admit he's a damn good baller. So from what I gathered from several sources, people in the program, is that Abdullah Ahmed and his people wanted starter money. And it still feels weird saying this, starter money in college, but they wanted starter money. And I mean, is he a starter? I mean, I didn't see it on the little bit of film that I got to see. I didn't see it. But
I mean, you'd have to really search for film because he's barely played. Anyways, here's the thing.
Okay.
Obviously, they had agreed to, or at least were comfortable where the money discussion was coming into this week. If the conversation turned to more money, then I would pull the offer immediately because that's just not say, hey, good luck. Sorry, we don't play that. You don't come here for that.
I was told that they kindly gave U of H the option to match.
No.
And yeah, that was the thought there is nah.
Well, I mean,
Now this sounds like sour grapes, and I don't think it is.
No, not at all. I mean, that's just not. We don't do that. We haven't done that for anybody. I mean, we probably could have come back and matched for Koa Pete to try to get him here.
Koa Pete, Derek Queen. I mean, some pretty legit talents.
Yeah.
And there's also an injury that has not been publicly disclosed. He's got a rotator cuff, and you just don't want to. You don't want to pay a big number for a guy with a bad wing.
Well, I don't want to pay any number for anybody that changes the price at the finish line.
Yeah.
It's just not. That's not the way. That's not how they have recruited anybody. That's just not. It reveals. It says a lot about a player, and I understand you got to get as much as you want, as much as you possibly can, but.
Anyways.
Yes, correct.
Everybody, what the fuck is? Excuse me. Where the heck is the camera? I'm trying to curse less.
The camera's right there.
Right here.
Yeah. Get you some, baby.
Hi, everybody. Go Cougs for the city.
Okay. What
Ryan
did you think
Monceaux, about Star Pizza? Good people, better pizza. Get your freaking pizza from Star Pizza if you're eating it. Towns, what it do, man?
What up, man?
Okay, what did you think of Kingston Fleming's performance tonight? It's the first time you've seen him play in college?
Yeah, I believe I've seen him play before this, and I think Kingston is, he's 6'3", 6'4". He's at the guard position, and he's like a baby Westbrook. He's super dynamic, and his best basketball is definitely ahead of him.
You don't think it's behind him?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Because
hey, Galen.
Not so.
Brad has a question.
Tell him.
What do you say?
At one point, I looked up on the court and
saw
Cordell out there.
Towns.
I saw Cordell out there, and I thought it was Deaky.
I'm not telling him that. That's dumb.
I know it wasn't dumb, Towns. What somebody type it. What did he say?
He said he saw Cordell out there and he thought it was Deaky. See, I told you. All right.
Next question.
Yeah, no kidding. All right. Thank you, man.
Cordell.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Y'all boys be easy, man.
Yep. And we'll see you. Birmingham.
Hold on. Time out.
I am a white guy. I'm an old white guy with a shoulder issue.
But you're Asian white guy.
Yeah, but I'm
an Asian white guy, right?
It's
you're one of
just,
those.
He's kind of a pink honky.
I really am pink right now. It's so weird. I was at Disney for 4 days and got a good tan, but I've laid in bed under fluorescent light for 3 days, and
all right, let me go back to Dre. Yes.
Yeah.
Dre,
well, hang
Derek
on.
Queen,
We're gonna add.
Queen came to
a friend.
Derek Queen we were down at the end with him.
Yes, 100%. And I think he was from Maryland, if I remember, or he had some family there, and so he's just not gonna beat that. Because we are a diverse group, we're going to add some south of the border flavor. Joseph Duarte, former GoCoogs intern, current Houston Chronicle beat writer. Joseph, how are you, buddy?
Man, your mouth's going to get you in trouble one day.
Yes. It always does.
It always does.
I have gotten my ass beat by a lot of people. None in like 10 years, though. 12 years, maybe. We'll tell the story one day about me and the off-duty cop. Anyways, that was a good night, Towns.
It was hilarious.
Joseph, Kingston Fleming's thoughts.
After the game, I went over to Reed Geddes, who knows a little bit about playing the point guard on a pretty good team at a young age, and he joked that he was running out of adjectives on how to describe Kingston and just how the game is sort of he's going at a different pace than everybody else. And to see, I wish they would have left him in to get that last assist so he could have had a double-double. But, the kid has just back-to-back games now. What's that, 39 points? He's legit. I know a lot of the talk was on Chris Sinak, but
There you go.
Kingston Flemings has been pretty darn special through the first 3 games. And, I was looking during the game, you look at stuff and you're previewing next game, just getting some advanced work done. And to see that where he's listed on the mock drafts, he's in that territory, he's moving into that lottery area. So it'll be interesting to see how this all plays out, but you got him for now. And him and Milos on the floor at the same time. That's been fun to watch sort of how that's developing and how they plan on kind of using both point guards at the same time.
We'll just skip over the basketball talk. JD, what is the tamale place you go to? It's about that time of year.
Well, if you want to say locally, I go to Alamo Tamale. It's off of I-45, just past the. If you're going north on 45, it's past the 610 loop. Take that first exit, but it's a great place. Long line, so anytime you got a 2-hour line, it's good. So Alamo Tamale, a little bit expensive now, but when I hit the road, I go to San Antonio. Really like a place called Ruben's Tamales. It's off of I-10, across from the Frost Center where the Spurs play. So can't go wrong. You can find some really bad tamales, but those are my 2 go-to spots here in town. One out in town, one in town.
Okay, and then
that was an odd question. That was provoked by your opening intro.
I think south of the border is fantastic. What's up with driving to the basket? Too many 3-point shots for me. You took a lot, but I don't.
Well, let's put it this way.
What the game is.
That's kind of been U of H's calling card for the last few years. The ball will stick, and we shoot a lot of threes. If you notice tonight, I think we did a really good job with Kingston loosening up the zones and making the guys move. Also, huge moves by Mercy Miller. He was fantastic.
Yes,
he found himself in the 12 to 15 foot range in the middle of the zone. Sinak did a great job of finding the soft spots in the zone to get shots. We need more of that, and hopefully it rubs off. I think right now Milos is settling for threes a little bit too much. I think he's trying to shoot his way into the draft. He needs to play his game. His game is more drive and shoot. He got that great little 8-foot floater. He needs to get back to that.
If we could go back to to Mercy, you can't sugarcoat it. The guy had struggled since the end of last year, scoring, finding a bucket. But I asked Kelvin in the post game about getting him. I believe it was, he had like 50, almost 20 minutes. And to get him that playing time to get 7 points, he said he's earned it. I mean, he's practiced really well lately. And it wasn't a matter of getting him in there to get minutes. He had certainly earned them. It was also interesting. They brought in Ramon and Emmanuel. Kelvin really likes to bring in Ramon a lot, just a kind of a culture guy. Spoke a lot about the, as he put it, the toughness injection that he brings to the team. And afterwards, Ramon was like, there's not a lot of people that want to do what I do. Everybody wants to score. Everybody wants to put up double doubles, but he's a guy that can come out there, and whether it's a loose ball or, he even showed me on his left forearm, he had this gash, this cut. He was bleeding. Those are the type of plays and moments that you don't get out of just everybody, and that's his role, and he does it well.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and he needs as much playing time as he can get just to get back in the swing of things. He spent so much time on and off being injured. He needs to get kind of back into the flow of it again.
Ramon led in rebounds. Accurate. Good for him.
And it was also
Like Ramon.
good to see this put a team away so you can actually let some other guys get some more playing time.
Yes. Yep.
These were the type of games where we get up 25-35, and next thing you know, they break it down to 17, 15. It's like, guys, it's getting too close. They put it out of reach early, and then stayed that way.
A game like this, it gave you an opportunity. Also, post game, caught up with the Oakland coach, Greg Campy, and he's got an interesting vantage point. Now he's played both of the number ones from this year in back-to-back games, and kind of asked him what he thought of the two teams, and obviously they're both very different, and he even included Michigan in terms of the style and play. But he said what we all know, the elite defense that Houston brings was what they expected and what they got, and he wanted to play this game because he wanted to expose his team early to a team that Kelvin Sampson runs out there all the time, that's going to pressure you and play hard defense. And he mentioned after them keeping Purdue tight and close for that second half that he knew what Kelvin would have his team ready to play, and he saw that on the floor for 40 minutes tonight. So it was interesting. You don't see a lot of teams. I believe it's since Oklahoma in 1990 had a team play back-to-back number ones in the same season.
It's wild. They play Defiance next, so probably not going to be 3 in a row. just guessing. Going back to Mercy for a minute, it's so nice to see him get confidence in these early games, but he's going to have to carry that over into games like Auburn. He's going to get time in that game. He's going to get time in Vegas, and it can't be that struggle session you saw all through the Big 12 last year. It's got to be a lot better, and he is building confidence. And I've talked to people in the program that say, he's it's not that he's just practicing well, but he's practicing smarter. He's practicing harder, and he is added to this team as they grow and get into that next level.
When he gets going, he's a scorer when he gets going. And that was the deal when he came in. And you're right, as far as late in the season, it's invaluable to have that 7 or 8 guy that can come in and actually give you points and not just minutes, and not just, a breather for somebody who can impact the game and help you, either extend a lead or keep it close, or even take a bigger lead. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how Mercy develops, because man, you were there, Ryan. Last year was just a grind for him, and it was, I watched him tonight, and there were a few shots that he thought about taking that he decided not to and looked for someone else. But how many times did he even get to be in position last year to take shots? I don't even think he wanted to take them because he didn't have that confidence in there.
And he is a happy, smiley, go get him kind of guy, and he didn't have that last year, but it looks like he has it now, and so that's really cool to see. JD, what else did Kelvin say in the postgame?
Well, it was funny. He talked about JoJo, and JoJo picked up the 2 fouls. He said that on a couple of possessions, JoJo was playing tag out there with the other guy, basically tag, foul, next play, tag, foul, and he told JoJo, "Look, I'm sitting you," and he also went back to the last time, the last game of last year, JoJo played 16 minutes because he's in foul trouble, and it showed what type of team Houston was without him. Well, the same thing tonight when JoJo got back into the game, you saw the type of impact he can have. He had 4 blocks, 2 steals. He had a couple of just get out of the way type of dunks. So, that was one thing that Kelvin brought up, just JoJo. He mentioned he liked the fact that they held Oakland to just 13 3-point shot attempts. That was big for him. He also mentioned, there was a lot of Kingston talk about the no turnovers in this game. That was a big point of emphasis that Kelvin had, and just really, I think the quote was, they're not. Let me see here. It said that they're something about they're not anywhere close to perfection, but they're certainly trending in the right direction. He also mentioned, I think this is now 38, and 30. What did they shoot tonight? They shot 31, so they've gone 38, 38, and 31 for opponent's field goal percentage. He said that he felt like that's a good sign of them going in the right direction defensively.
Yeah, I think if you hold a team to 31, you're probably going to like your results.
Right. And there was no update on Chase McCarty, by the way.
Yeah, so Chase fell and hit his head a little over 8 minutes to play in the game and hit it hard. He was down for a while, and he went over the bench, and he was still struggling, just grabbing his head. I mean, you know what that probably means. They'll check it out, but didn't look great. I like Chase McCarty. I think he's going to be an important guy in this program. I think he could be, I don't want to compare him, but he could be kind of the Malik in this program. Through 3 games, Kingston is shooting 73%. You're not going to cut it shooting 73%, buddy.
It's a different level.
He might not make the team.
Not going to do it. Yep. I hope you get to travel. I think this is supposed to say Mercy's mid-range is critical.
Yes.
I have a misrange. Mercy has a mid-range. He needs to learn to drive and not just take the jumper. I think that comes with confidence more than anything else.
I'll just take what I'm seeing from him right now, because he's playing to play as opposed to playing to not make mistakes.
Yeah.
He looks confident. He looks like a normal player out there. And then once he can play free like that, there's really not a lot that he can't do. I'm just impressed with the way he's looking on defense. He doesn't look lost like he did. He doesn't look skittish. Just last year was tough to watch him because you see he wants to do well. But he was just so unsure of everything that he was doing. And every time the ball would stop, he'd look over to the bench, hey, am I okay?
Yes.
Now he's just going out and balling. And it's a transition that some guys are seamless, some guys struggle, because it's a different game.
One other thing, Ryan, a quick observation. Isaiah Harwell, he didn't play in the Townsend game. Kelvin was like, okay, he's available, but that knee's been bothering him. I thought getting him 17 minutes, and really towards the end there, those 2 back-to-back buckets he had, including a really nice dunk. I think that was an encouraging sign to starting to get him back into the rotation and getting him some minutes.
Yeah, I thought he played really well. I didn't get to see the Towson game. We were occupied. But there's something there. I mean, there's a reason people rated him a 4 or 5 star. And, to have that coming off the bench is going to be awfully nice for the rest of this year. It sounded like Jacob McFarland did more in pregame than he had done before tonight.
Good.
So, like I said, I did not see the Towson game. Can't comment. But he was on the floor in the what I call the pregame. So the 2 hours before tip-off, the guys come out, and the deep on the bench guys or guys that are hurt will do some extra work. And Isaiah Harwell and Cordell Jefferson were down on the left end, the guards end, and Jacob McFarland was down on the right end, which is where the 4s and 5s do their pregame. Jacob still has probably a month or 5 weeks before he could be ready for contact. He's just got to work himself back into shape. I mean, they put a whole new rod in his leg, and I think I talked to a couple people about this today and asked, what's it going to take to get him on the floor? Because he hasn't played basketball in 2.5 years. And the thing that was repeatedly told to me was not physical. He's got some lower body issues. He's just not running very well. He's not moving great. But more than that, it's mental and emotional. And he's got to get right up there before anything can happen. Because I mean, he had a traumatic injury, and then he had to replace. It was replacing the rod, right, Joseph?
Yeah, they went in and replaced it.
And they had to replace the rod from this traumatic injury. And he thought he would be basically a junior now, and he's still a freshman. And it's just a wild story. But mentally and emotionally, I think, is going to be the biggest hurdle for him. And they're going to try to challenge him and keep building him to get to that place. The problem is if you're coming back in mid to late December, is there's a lot of time off in that period, and then you go right into conference play in early January. I don't know if you can put a guy out there in a lot of conference games who hasn't played in 2.5 years. So,
yeah, I don't like to put timetables on stuff because I'm by no means a trainer or doctor, but I would be shocked if, it's not till at least late January. And even then you run into the problems of, it's going to take him a while to ease into things. You get him going. How much can you get out of him? And I mean, he's at a point now where, like you said, this would be what, year 2, maybe is this year 2 or would this be 3 for him? I can't remember.
I think this is 3.
So I mean, you got a red shirt, you got a medical. I mean, at some point you got to get him out there, but I don't know if you do it that late in the season, but can you afford to not have him play for another year in a row, just out?
Yeah, and he's technically a redshirt sophomore because you haven't applied for that medical yet, and you would apply for that after he exhausts all of his eligibility.
And you look at the front court for next year, Tugler will be gone, Sanak will be gone, Khalifa will be gone. So, I mean, you run a situation where you're going to need bodies. They'll probably go into the portal, get somebody, they'll sign somebody through recruiting. That helps you from a number standpoint. So at this point, the fact that he hasn't played, I don't think the years are as big of a deal. You just want to get him out there, but at least you know that moving forward, you're going to have a pretty empty front court roster that you're going to have to fill up, and at least he's one of those bodies.
Yeah. Another thought on Abdullah Ahmed. Apparently, one of their selling points at BYU was that, JoJo's going to come back, and then you won't get any minutes. Okay. Sure. JoJo's not coming back.
I was told later today that he received $1.9 million.
Yes, they sent him starter money for a guy that was in the G League. If you get a contract for 1.9,
yeah, take it.
You should go.
Yes, absolutely.
Because you're never making that ever again.
Well, and Kelvin's not going to get into a bidding war with anyone. No. That's just not how they do things. I was told that amount was double what Houston offered. So that jives with what they're going to do. They don't value somebody in that regard in terms of.
Well, that's not value. That's just throwing a ton of money at someone and hoping they say yes.
I mean, okay, I don't want to.
Who's saying no to that?
I don't want to downplay the dude, but I mean, what did he average? 4 points and a couple of rebounds and played 8 minutes a game in the G League. Let's not pretend like the fucking G League is full of studs.
Hey, is that an FCC violation right there? No, I'm playing with you, Towns, with your language.
Yeah,
I thought you were talking about his Dana.
That kind of money is just insane for somebody. I mean, you're talking about a 22-year-old kid,
23. Yeah, 22.
Yeah, that's the way. I'm glad that.
Is the 1.9 for 1 year or for 2 years?
That I don't know. I did not get that breakdown. I believe
if U of H is offering somebody they do not think is a starter, $900,000 plus. I mean,
well, I mean,
we've come a long way from Marcus Sasser doing things for us on NIL for $50.
The price of poker goes up. mean,
Yeah.
you want to play at the top, you know. And the thing is that it's always been this way.
Well, I mean, I don't think it was ever that level of money.
Well, but
under
yes,
the table.
only reason why it wasn't that level because not everybody could throw that money around. It was only was only out there for Kansas, Duke, those types. Those guys were getting to play with stupid money. But now everybody can. So if we're gonna play the game, we got to play the game. But you got to be smart with it, and I'm glad that they didn't spend that kind of money. I mean, you were going to spend that kind of money, then you want to go out and get a dude who is legit, hands down, a super stud. And I'm sorry, whatever that's not him.
Right.
Yeah. And once again, poor Galen. The money he could have made.
Down the stairs?
No, the money. Coming back from the G League. Seems good. Poor Galen. Sacco looked much better tonight defensively. He did not look near as lost as he did in the opener. That's progress, and you got to feel good about that. Arafan Dian will commit next Wednesday, his birthday. I think he turns 18. Will commit.
He's got 5 finalists.
I think U of H is the team. I think he's coming.
When you say, I mean, we know he's going to commit to someone.
Yeah. It's U of H, Stanford, Hawaii, the University of Washington, or Ponchos.
Yeah.
And that's his 5. You got to feel good about most of those. No, I don't know his 5, but
no, I mean his 5 are the who's who of the top of the
college
sport.
Basketball. Yeah,
I know Ponchos is hard to beat.
Ooh,
when you raise that little flag, you're going
to be taking recruits to Ponchos. Let's get it. Let's put it this way: if whoever doesn't take you to Ponchos, they're off the list.
Yeah, I can go for some sopapillas right now.
You got to keep it real. By some, you mean like a big giant tray of them, right? Yep.
Fat.
True.
Will JD be at Keyshawn's signing day? What about me? I could go. I'm not, but I could.
I may do a 10 years later type deal. Back in 2016, when the H-Town takeover happened, I started my morning at Ed Oliver's Westfield signing, and there were about 8 other guys from the area signing as part of that class. I drove to Crosby, and then I think I went to Lamarck, and then I went to a couple of places in Fort Bend, and I finished in Katy. And I put on, it was like 100 and something, maybe 200 miles I put on that day. And I just did an H-Town takeover. So I may do that, but I could start with Keyshawn because he's out in spring, and then work my way Iowa Colony. I think Cy Springs with Mr. Paris Melvin. So there's quite a few guys that we could hit.
Any word on if we're getting any kind of surprises coming our way? Hopefully not anybody leaving.
Well, surprises means that you don't know. That's just my thought. Jaden Warren is visiting A&M this weekend. It's a good player. Really good player. We'll talk about that next football show. Jamie says it's us, Indiana, and Arkansas, but it's us unless something crazy happens. I think U of H is in the lead, but as the Ahmed story shows, it doesn't matter until somebody gets that final offer. You got to be the last guy in the room if it's somebody that you really, really, really need. I don't think Ahmed was that.
I know I speak for Ryan when I say that. Just as long as these commitments don't happen when we're on an airplane trying to log into Southwest's internet like last year.
Oh, I love
that. Was terrible. That was rough. I think it was for Fleming's. Might have been for Kingston. It was
The
for
only
one of
one I
the
remember, Sinak was when we were in Vegas,
right.
and Kevin, the OC, was fired. God, I'm
Yeah,
blanking on
Barbe,
his last name.
Kevin
Barbe
Barbe.
was fired while we were in the air.
No.
I was in
That
first
happened.
class,
That
and you were
happened.
in the back of the
We
plane.
we were on the ground already. That was on a Monday. We had already because I remember
No,
being in the hotel room.
I talked to Willie from the air. I didn't know that
Okay.
Southwest could do that. But yeah,
let's make
this
it
game
convenient.
was so good that we're talking football recruiting. Duarte, tell us about your experience in the Orlando airport.
Oh, not much to tell. I mean, I decided to take a later flight, so that's on me. And then my other two got canceled, and I'm having to watch you do your show from some
Holla.
remote part of the airport. But yeah, there's I can't imagine that there's a much worse place to be stranded than in Orlando with all the screaming kids and families that are trying to get home and are tired, and it was pretty miserable. I would have rather have been at the basketball game on Saturday. I didn't get home till 9 o'clock, or I didn't get into Houston till 9. Took about 5 minutes to snap some of those, the astronaut stuff that they have at Hobby, the display. I sent that out just for the UCF fans. I was back home
Poor
in Space
people.
City,
Bless them hearts.
and yeah, that was a rookie travel mistake on my part.
Yeah, especially with the shutdown. Birmingham should be a delight this weekend. The flight home is what I'm worried about. Diego says, I still have the greeting card Marcus signed for me and my wife. Thanks, Ryan. So when I moved this summer, I found like 30 more of those that he signed. And so if anybody just needs a greeting card from Marcus Sasser with his picture on the front, we'll get it to you. I got plenty. I had him sign like 250 of those. And
Jeez.
we didn't. Yeah. I'm telling you, $50 went a long way in those days. Doesn't happen anymore. Emmanuel was 5 and 9 from 3. He hit his first 3, missed his fourth. But he started hot, as Jamie told you in the scout. Pretty good scout, I thought. Maybe a little short. I wish it were more closer to 2,000 words instead of 1,500. But
One day.
One day. So Duarte, if you take Kingston off the table, who was the guy that impressed you the most
Tonight?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to just go with the obvious guy. I mean, Emmanuel gives you so much, so many nights. He does his job well, and when he doesn't have a game like that, then you sort of like, oh, what happened? Type deal. I mean, he's not a machine, but just looking at the thing here, if you go down, just based on people that you'd like to see maybe turn a corner or something, I would put that one, maybe Harwell for the injury situation,
Yes.
or maybe Miller, just because like you hit on, you're gonna need him at some point, and you wanna get him going, because I mean, he went a long time last year without hitting a bucket. I mean, if you just felt bad for the
Painful.
guy, painful. It was very painful. So, I mean, those would be my two guys, I think. Everybody else, I mean, Kingston's just he's just playing on another level right now. And JoJo's sort of the wild card. You don't know what he's going to do. He could be brilliant 1 minute. I did like one sequence. Sinak had his shot block on the far end. Then he raced back to the other end and blocked the guy. So, I mean, that was sort of one of those where Kelvin says you can't take, at that level, you can't take plays off. You can't take possessions off. And I think that was a huge growth moment for him, that it shows that they're buying in, that they know that this is what's required of them. And then if you talk about Ramon, Ramon gave them Ramon's just going to give you that gritty, dirty, blue collar 15 minutes. And that's sort of what he did tonight.
Brad?
Mercy. Mercy for me. I mean, I love not just the fact that he got shots to fall. He took good shots. A couple that he missed were still great shots and exactly where you wanted him to shoot it. But the fact that he was working hard off the ball and was finding holes in the zone. I mean, that's a huge deal for me because it's always been frustrating to watch us pass the ball around the perimeter, pass it around the perimeter, and then
they're really good at it though.
And then have E-Man, chunk one from 38 and hit it off the backboard. But they were doing a really good job. And Mercy found his shot, 4 times through the middle of the floor. And,
he had a little floater, maybe his first or second shot, just a little floater. I was like, ooh, if you can hit that, you're going to get a lot more time.
Yeah. He wasn't waiting for the ball and waiting for a shot. He was going out and getting it.
Yeah.
And when you're playing a team that's going to sag off the ball and play a zone, or if they're playing a soft man, you've got to work to get open. And if you can do it, we see the way defenses are played, and we see the way that the game is played. It's either a shot at the rim or, a 3 from 25 feet. That's the way most of the game seems to be played. There is so much space in the mid-range that you can take advantage of. This ain't the NBA where guys are going to shoot. Everyone's going to shoot 40%, 38% from 3. But guys can shoot 50, 60% from 8 feet. And so go get a bucket.
Yeah. I agree with that. I would pick Harwell. I liked what he did. I did not come to the arena expecting to see him. So it was cool that he was the first one out here. He was out here 2 hours and 5 minutes before tip-off. And, I mean, he worked. And Joseph and I were talking to people that said he worked in shoot-around too. And to see him come out and have a nice day, that's pretty cool. So good for him. I am excited to see what this team looks like when they go to Birmingham. This is going to be the first time these 4 freshmen have been punched in the face. And it's not a road game, but it's going to feel like one. And I am absolutely looking forward to seeing how they respond there. You remember, speaking of Mercy, you remember people were wanting him to get playing time last year. Yes, you should have sat the 4 guys that were all conference and played Mercy Miller last year. That would be good. Coug fans was telling me that Milos is killing the offense and Kingston needs to run it, and Milos should be benched, and it's game 3.
Well, Kelvin, people don't know what does Kelvin say? People don't know what you don't know.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
that's a good thing about, us doing this and then having 2 message boards is we get to see all the crazy.
Which I'm all about the crazy. I love the crazy. The crazy, it turns out, brings in good money.
That's brad.towns@gmail.com.
Yeah.
I gotta off the subject. I mentioned this morning about the naming rights for the football stadium, and I get crazies in my email, and I was getting people suggesting that they should call it the Trump Bowl, and a bunch. I don't know where this stuff comes from. I mean, it's just craziness. But I got probably 5 or 6 emails before I woke up this morning. People throwing in their 2 cents of what the stadium.
What did you say about the stadium naming rights? I missed it.
Well, they the chatter when in September 2024 when they announced TDCU announced a merger with Space City Financial.
Right.
The name was going to be Space City Financial Stadium. That was what even the company teased it. Well, they just did another merger last month with Smart Financial. So now they're sort of in discussions on how they're going to rebrand the company, and that's sort of put a hold on Houston and the naming rights for the stadium, but it will not be called Space City Financial.
Right.
That's disappointing.
Yeah, I mean, just when you thought you were gonna have a cool name.
Yep.
So it'll probably be something like, I don't know.
Smart Financial for at least a week or two before another merger.
So that was sort of just, there's, I mean, not a lot of news element to it, but it's just something that's sort of been lingering. And in fact, the delay was so extensive that they couldn't do anything with the branding of the stadiums. That's why they went this season and kept the name. But as it turns out, there was never going to be a definitive name anyway, because they weren't done with their acquisitions and kind of expanding their footprint in the credit union world.
Hey, Brad.
Yo.
Tomorrow, when you have a few minutes, will you Google how to start a credit union? Maybe we could have a GoCoogs credit union.
We should.
And we could have stadiums and stuff. I think that would work.
Where the money is.
Hey, start a credit union and then maybe an NGO. I mean, we could do it all, bro. We could do get into some crypto.
That's way too complicated.
I can see the Chronicle headlines: Towns, Monceaux, Ponzi scheme, pyramid scheme. We've been down that road before.
David Salinas is my hero.
I wasn't going to go there. You brought up the name.
Could you imagine how hard we'd be going right now in the NIL space with him being involved?
Yeah, I threw that alley-oop for you. I didn't think you were going to dunk it. I didn't think you could get up that high, Brad.
Oh yeah, no. I climbed the rails to get to that one.
You just posterized us on that one, so I my apologies for even going there to give you that.
But man, shoot, we would have been rolling in back in the Enron days. We'd have been just printing money. What's his name? Stanford Financial.
I'm sorry, everybody. If the viewers are still out there, I apologize.
Hey, there was a time in Houston when it was just a shell game of printing money.
I don't remember Stanford. Okay.
Oh,
I don't remember
massive fraud.
It would have been Dynegy Stadium. Enron Stadium.
Yeah.
A bunch of Aggies and Longhorns, I think, ran those places. So
Blockbuster streaming stadium.
Kelvin yelled at Milos in the second half, saying he was playing soft. Here's the thing. Kelvin yells at every single player. And the more he yells at you, the more he expects of you. He doesn't yell at Ryan Elvin.
No.
He might now, but you don't yell at people that you're not depending on.
He yelled at one Galen Robinson one year a few times.
Oh, my God. He ran him ragged.
Man, I remember he got on Nate Hinton.
People don't
go down the list.
He got on everybody.
Don't remember he used to get all over. I think the guys that got it, two guys got it the most were Galen and Jamal. I mean,
Jamal
he
in
used
his
to
first
shoot
2 years
Jamal up. I mean, that was back when people were still not fully committed to the bandwagon, but people were like, "Oh my God, he must hate this kid. He's just too mean. He's too mean to this kid that nobody knows, Jamal Shed."
Well, that's where the birth of the salter than puppy shit in the rain came from.
Yeah. Smart Space Financial Stadium or Space Smart Financial Stadium or 8-1 in the Space Game Financial Stadium. Could go a lot of different ways. Malik used to get it bad from coach. That's because Kelvin knew that there was going to come a day where Malik was going to play a big role in this program. And
he did.
He did. I mean, I've told y'all he's my favorite player that's ever been here.
They don't win that Kansas game without him.
No, I mean, there's a half dozen games like that last year that you just don't get there. Okay, here's one I'm so interested to hear both of your perspectives. Do you think Kingston Flemings is a one and done if he can maintain this level most of the year? Brad.
I'll say if he can shoot 72% from the field,
73,
average a near triple double. Yes, he might be the first. He might be the first through. Be a top 5 pick.
Yeah. Duarte.
I don't. He might be a one and done. I don't know, dude. Do you remember? I remember when we were talking about, or people were asking, "Hey, you think Terrence Arsenault's going to be a one and done?"
Kelvin did not like that one at all. I remember he shot that down, and rightfully so, pretty quick. But to answer the guy's question, I can definitively say confidently, at least, that he's not going to shoot 74% for the whole year. But if he's in that lottery range, I mean, he's going to hear from Kelvin. He's going to go. Kelvin's going to tell him, "You've got to go."
I don't think you're going to be allowed to not go.
No,
if you're a lottery pick.
And Kelvin will find a point guard. It'll probably be a transfer portal guy, but they will find a point guard and move on, just like they did when Jamal left. And
you will, if you have a freshman point guard who goes in the lottery, you will have applicants.
Yeah, that's a great billboard
to come.
Y'all remember last year when Todd Pettiford just torched us in game 3? He was a true freshman. He was one and done. Everybody said he was one and done all year long, until he wasn't one and done. You never know, man. You never know what's gonna, even if a kid has a great season, you never know what's gonna happen. I just want him to be healthy. I want him to be healthy. I want him to be the best he could possibly be. If the NBA calls and he's gonna get paid, hey,
go.
Awesome.
Go. But here's the thing. He has still never played a legitimate Big 12 type, SEC type guy across the floor from him. He's never played a 40-game season. He has not had the wear and tear and the beat your ass of playing Saturday here and then Monday night in Ames, Iowa. It's just different. And before everybody crowns him, let's see him struggle. And then how does he come back from struggling? And does he, I mean, every freshman is going to turn one bad game into two. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
How does he get out of that rut? There's so many questions still to be answered. That this is why I am not a basketball guy, but I love basketball season now because of watching the development of players and of teams here. It's just so fun to watch. I went from Jamal Shed being the most mild-mannered, yes, sir, kind of scared of me, into becoming Jamal Shed.
Mm-hmm.
And, Jawan, same way. And Kingston's probably going to be the same. But he is a guy that 100% can be that. I just don't know if it happens in year one. That's my position on this.
Whenever I watch the freshmen, I always think back. It was right after COVID. It was when the Maui Invitational was played in Vegas. And Jamal did not get off the pass to, I believe it was Kyler maybe, down underneath the basket, and they lost the game. They were down by 20 something, I believe, to Wisconsin, and they ended up losing.
And came back.
Yeah, they came back and had a chance there at the end. And after the game, I remember being in a hallway behind the arena, and Jamal was, he was down. He was crying. And to see where that moment, where he needed a moment like that, and Kelvin threw him back out there the next game. But to see that moment and sort of what he needed to go through, he learned a lot from that, and it sort of fueled him and vowed to never be in that type of position again. And look what he became. He became an NBA.
A month later, 6 weeks later, I think, Brad, it was Wichita.
Yeah, at Wichita State, we got the walk-off.
Hit the walk-off, and he
J1.
takes it down the floor. Yeah, and takes it down the floor and makes that pass, gets it off, and they win the game.
Exact same
going to happen. Yeah, exact same. And Kingston has to just live through those things. And it's not the games, it's the film session and the practices and you're going to get yelled at a lot. I'm sure he's already had his opportunity for that. But that's just going to make him tougher. And it makes everybody tougher.
Well, the thing that's going to make things really difficult. He keeps playing this way, it's going to be great. But you keep playing this way, all of a sudden you're going to get a lot of defensive attention. They're going to be setting up defenses to try to stop you. And in the league that we play in, now it'd be different if it's the American, because half the league's just got a bunch of whatever teams. But every team in this league has a coach that knows exactly what they're doing. It's got just legends all over the place. You've got the best league in the country. There's a long, long, long road. I think he can hold up underneath it, but let's not get over our skis too far.
It's game 3.
Yeah.
It's game 3. It's November 12th. A decade ago, you wouldn't have even played a game.
But I would rather be in a position of tempering expectations rather than saying, guys, the season's not over with. It's only 7 games. We're 4-3. Who cares?
To quote Kelvin, hold on, Haas.
Yeah.
We've heard that quite a bit lately.
We have. Anyway, guys, I gotta go. I brought up something for the Chronicle. I appreciate the time.
Thank you, Joseph.
My day job.
Good to see. Hey, congratulations on keeping moving up, buddy.
Yes. The road is going to be
intern to Chronicle Star. I mean, it's a hell of a run for 1 year.
Well, they didn't hold that. They didn't hold my internship against me. That could have been the third strike. 3 strike out. What is it? 3 strike loser. That could have been me.
That's right.
But now, come on now. See, I try to do Ryan a solid. People should know the truth. Ryan's like, hey, let's go down to the field. They've got this dessert I want you to try. I'm like, all right, I'm game. I felt sorry for Ryan. I knew he needed clicks. So I was like, let's go down there. It's like 20 degrees. And Ryan's like, hold it up at this angle. And I took like 2 bites and it was disgusting. I mean, it really wasn't good at all. And next thing I know, it's plastered up. I think about those the lawyer billboards in town. I'm surprised this hasn't made it. The we push you win, or the better get. You know what? I'm surprised this hasn't made its way yet. But Ryan's gonna milk this photo as long as he can.
Those push win guys had a Brokeback Mountain.
They
billboard, and I could see you and the Cougar tail in that same sort of embrace. All right, thank you, Joseph.
All right, guys.
Good to see you, JD.
He's such a good sport.
Yopani, thank you very much for the donation, man. We appreciate it.
What did I read? Catorium? The only thing that I would say that this is an issue is you need the money with the sponsorship from the stadium name. So otherwise, good idea. But
hey, $1.99 is more than we got. More than
no, I'm saying the university needs the money.
Okay, we can donate. We can do it in kind.
Yes.
Look, this is our donation. Here's your publicity.
I was talking with Eddie today, and he was like, "We did your damn 2 for $40 deal for tickets for the football game and a parking pass.
The parking pass makes it a
tickets and a parking
monster
pass.
deal.
$40. What a freaking deal! And if you don't have season tickets, that is a perfect opportunity to come support this team. 8-2. Pretty good.
Yep.
So they are putting together the volleyball court here. There's a volleyball match tomorrow, and they're doing it right in front of me. That's kind of exciting. Okay, Brad, give us your final thoughts in Star Pizza, Section 12X. Get you some.
Ritz.
Brad.
Yeah. Great win, man. I mean, what can you say? It's everything. This team is a lot of fun. I really, really love to see us pushing the pace that we do. We're able to change it up, and so that's nice to see. I really like to see the basketball IQ that these guys are showing. It's refreshing. I get excited about that because it's stuff that I've been yelling at in my head watching games forever. Get to the rack, get to the rack, get to the rack. Quit standing around, quit standing around.
Why you'd be so disappointed in this program the last few years?
Hey, nitpicking. But it's just great to see. I think they're on the right track. Really looking forward to seeing what goes on what is it, Sunday? Is it Sunday?
Sunday afternoon.
These are the guys. It's gonna be your first test. These are gonna be guys that look a lot like you, as far as U of H players go.
Yeah,
super talented guys, and just because they don't have Bruce doesn't mean they're less talented. They're still going to go out and ball.
And this will be a big game for them.
Yeah, it's a big game for them. It's a big game for both. Big game for both teams. Big game for the impact on the national scene, and really big games for both conferences. Not just for bragging rights, but we're talking about boosting number one seeds and having multiple number ones. Because that's really kind of what the SEC and the Big 12 are going to be doing. So they're going to be fighting for one seeds.
And if you think about it, these two conferences probably are going to get 8 to 10 of your top 4 seeds. So 16 top 4 seeds. You got to figure 8 to 10. Yeah. Purdue will be there, and an ACC school will be somewhere in there, but
maybe Michigan.
Maybe. Yeah, I just don't know.
Louisville and their little jockey coach.
Yeah, fella.
Who knows? NC State might step up and do something.
Will Wade. Will freaking Wade. Love him. Thank you all so much for joining us. I'm playing injured, but there's a difference in being hurt and being injured. Fighting through it. We'll be in Birmingham Sunday. Then back here for football. I think this starts, Brad, we have something like 10 shows in 20 days, which is wild.
Yeah.
So
we definitely get it cranked up.
We're gonna see a lot of you people. Yes. Gonna see a lot of you. So thank you so much for joining us. Nice crowd, even without Galen, who completely bailed on us. Thanks, Galen. Gonna make sure he's here. This is the arena he played in Birmingham, I believe. But he's a Birmingham guy now because he played for the Stallions for a couple of years. So we're gonna have him for that show. Thank you all so much, and we will see you again soon.
Get you munching away, big fella. Life doesn't get better than pizza and a Cougars game, huh? Mm-hmm. Go Cougs!